Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Aspiring Entrepreneur. I'm your host, Hamza Chowdhury. Really glad to have you here with us today. Really excited to announce our first series. We're going to be talking about the customers. Um, if you are a business owner or if you're someone who has an existing business looking to start a business, this is sort of the biggest question that you'll probably ask yourself. Um, and maybe you haven't even thought about it. Maybe when you say, well, what do you mean, who's my customer? Everyone should be my customer. That really isn't a good answer, right? It's not going to get you far. If your business is too broad, right, and doesn't really address the needs of a specific community, of a specific person, of people who have specific problems or issues, or if it's a service-based business, right, if it doesn't meet the needs of a certain type of people, you're not going to be able to get everyone on board, right? I mean, whether it's cell phones, whether it's computers, right, there's different products, there's different companies, and they're all really sort of, more or less commodities. A lot of things that we do are commodities. So what I like to do in the series is we're going to break down different episodes. We're going to focus on different aspects of the customer, but really the idea is to know is can you simply in one sentence define who's your ideal customer, right? And if that is something that you have trouble with, if that is something that you're not even sure about who your ideal customer is, then ask yourself how are you going to be able to market your business without wasting valuable resources or ads, right? If you go to Facebook ads, for example, we all know that they're very extremely expensive. So how are you able to invest if you're going to have to invest all this money in ads and simply target the wrong person, right? So for example, if you're a real estate agent and you're marketing to senior citizens in a retirement community, are you going to be selling ads on Facebook to 18-year-olds, right? So when we talk about the ideal customers for whatever service or product that you have, there most likely is an ideal person or ideal people that can use that product or service. So when is it going to be okay for you to sort of walk away and fire your customer, right? Most of you guys know I wrote a book called Fire Your Customers, and that's really what I explore. And we'll be using that book as a basis for the series, kind of breaking it down. And also in the link down below, you can actually purchase the book, Fire Your Customers, which I recently published to learn more about sort of finding that base and kind of digging deeper. So if you already have an existing business, like I said, you're most likely being viewed as a commodity. And your customers may know you exist, but they also know you're replaceable, right? So, for example, quality and value are not going to be the only reasons why customers will do business with you. Okay. So not everybody's going to be quality driven, right? We know a lot of people are going to be cost driven. Okay. So let's say, for example, you're a barber, and let's say you charge $40 for a haircut, and nearby competing barbers are charging half, let's just say $20. Okay. Most likely, how do you win business? You most likely won business because somebody took a chance, somebody liked and saw quality, right? They saw value in the haircut, and they probably recommended you to their friends and family, right? Everybody wants to know, where can I get a good haircut? Everybody needs a haircut, right? But that doesn't take you out of the commodity box, okay? So just because you have a good quality customer doesn't mean that that is going to be necessarily your ideal customer base. Also, is what if you were a creep, literally? And that sounds like, well, what do you mean if I'm a creep? Well, what if you're a creep that gave great haircuts, right? How many people would come and get a haircut from someone who's just pure creepy, right? So when we talk about good customers, does quality matter, right? Let's say you give the best customers, but you make people feel very uncomfortable, right? And whether you go to a restaurant, right, and you got the best food, right, but you yell in front of customers, you yell at your workers, you're rude, right? You make people feel uncomfortable. Does that mean your business is going to grow? Does that mean your business is successful, right? So what I'm trying to get at is quality the only thing that matters, right? At the acquaintance level of customers, right? The acquaintance level, people who just are getting to know you, you may have quality driven customers. However, quality can be replaced with lower cost. right? So if I find someone that gives me a similar haircut for a lower cost, I'm going to go with that person because again, you're just a commodity. How do customers currently find you? Right? So we'll talk about how do customers most likely find you, which nowadays phone books are what? Non-existent. So they're most likely finding you online, right? So if it's not through a referral, they're finding you online. So next to your business will be what? A review. Are you someone who actually goes through your reviews, responds to them, and takes the time to actually acknowledge people may say they have negative experiences, right? How many times have I personally had customers tell me when I ask them, well, how did you find me? They say, I found you on Yelp. I found you on Google, right? And right next to Yelp and Google are what? Reviews. And people do read reviews. That's the time and day and age that we're in. When we had phone books back in the day, right, what would you do? You'd call and you would inquire, right? But you wouldn't have a specific review. We're in a day and age now. So if you've been doing business for several decades, you may have a good customer base, but that doesn't mean your customer base is actually growing, right? Those are just existing clients that you've had over the years, that you've retained over the years, but you still have to recycle your business for the next generation to take over, right? So next year business will be reviewed. So are you responding? And if people write about bad experiences, what about the ones that have good experiences, right? A lot of people like online, right? It's like they write whatever they want to write. And if there are people who have good experiences, they're just less likely to just write a review. That's just a general human nature. So we're going to explore a lot of different qualities of the customer. We're going to hopefully help you identify who the ideal customer is. And I think it's going to be extremely excited. I'm excited to help break this down for you and help you find your ideal base. So stay tuned and we'll catch you on the next episode. Take care.